Hello everyone, Marcel here. Welcome to a special episode of Cooking with Linux, which is sponsored by Linux Journal. That is the original magazine of the Linux community, the Great Linux Journal. And we're going to do some cryptocurrency stuff. All right, and in case you don't know what cryptocurrency is, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Monero, all that sort of stuff, you could always go to the Wikipedia entry if you want to check it out. I'm going to pretend that you actually do know something about it. And maybe it's because, you've always dreamed of making money while you sleep and just letting your computer figuring it out for you. And, however, I do have to mention this. If for some strange reason you do want your idle computer to be doing something for you, and, the idea of mining cryptocurrency, and I'm not here to judge, by the way, is something that doesn't actually, jump out at you immediately, go and check this one out. Get some free time, help make the world a better place, advance science, cure cancer, find aliens. It's my video on using Boink and the World Community Grid to help those free cycles in your computer do something useful to, like I said, cure cancer, fight AIDS, look for cures for Alzheimer's, all sorts of things like that. So that is one other opportunity. But of course, today we're going to talk cryptocurrency, and we could be picking any cryptocurrency whatsoever, but I'm going to go with Monero, okay? And we're going to do some CPU mining because I want to take into consideration the possibility that you've got a smaller computer. My notebook computer, if you take a look over here by the penguin up in the top right hand corner, this is actually a Core Intel i5, and it's got an NVIDIA GeForce 940MX card, which actually has 2 gigabytes of free space of RAM, dedicated memory, but even that is actually fairly lightweight when you're going to try to mine something like Bitcoin. So let's get started. Let me show you how we can do this, okay? Let's go. Now, if you want to see what the various crypto coins are worth at any given moment, or crypto cash, or however you want to take a look at it, a site that I ran across, and I can't tell you whether this is an awesome site other than the fact that I enjoy watching the red and green flashing changes in the market price of the various cryptocurrencies here. Anyway, the site is called cryptocompare.com. There it is up at the top, Crypto Compare, and it's live prices of various cryptocurrencies, including the more popular ones. You can actually get it according to, you can sort it so that, you're dealing in US dollars or some other form of cash or whatever. But the default is US dollars here. And here we go. Bitcoin, 9,000 US dollars. There it is. It's rising, 9,692, 9,844. So it's actually moving up as we see it. Oh, dropped for a split second there. Litecoin went down, Ethereum went down. Anyway, you could watch this for hours if, this is the sort of thing you're entertained with. But if you're trying to decide, on a particular cryptocurrency and you want to know, just how well they're doing, this is a place that you can take a look at, or at least, one of the places. Again, I can't guarantee that this is the best, and I'm not even making any such claim, but I just found it a fascinating place to take a look to see what these things are doing right now. All right, so before we go much further in this, and since I've already mentioned Monero, I think it's important to take a look at why I suggested that one. Again, I want to make sure this is not an endorsement of any specific cryptocurrency. I just picked this one because of a couple of interesting things, and they are this. Monero, also known as XMR in the short version, is an open source cryptocurrency, which I thought would make it interesting for an open source audience. Now, the thing that makes this interesting, among other things, is that unlike Bitcoin, which is easily traceable through the blockchain, Monero is a little bit different. Monero uses a public ledger to record transactions through mining, and of course, and the idea of it, this is actually important, is to improve on existing cryptocurrency design by obscuring sender, recipient, and amount of every transaction. The idea is that Monero is meant to be a very private form of cryptocurrency, unlike some of the other ones that are out there at the moment. However, as with every wonderful open things, there is potentially a dark side, which is this. The focus on privacy has attracted illicit use by people interested in evading law enforcement. So, this is not about suggesting that you use this form of cryptocurrency, but I'm interested in it more because it is an open source cryptocurrency, and we are an open source group here, aren't we? All right. good. So let's go figure out how we mine some Monero, okay? Now, before we get down and dirty and start doing a little coding and mining, let's first of all create ourselves an account on, we're going to go to mymonero.org here, okay? Sorry, mymonero.com. Sorry, my apologies, mymonero.com. Anyway, so we're going to go to mymonero.com and we are going to create ourselves an account, okay? And understand the risks. Yeah, we're going to be doing that, okay? But that's it. You created an account. Now, here's the important part. Down here, there is a private login key which is comprised of all these words. This is what will get you back into your wallet and your account if you forget absolutely everything else. If you have these words, you can always get back in. So you must make a copy of this somewhere. You lose this, you have lost access to, well, not just your account, but any money you may have made or any money that may have been transferred to and from you, okay? So you want to take those words and save them somewhere, okay? That's the first part. Here's the second part. So we're going to Control C. So we're going to copy that, or if you want, I'm going to do it like this, Control C, copy. Confirm your private login key, okay? So what you're going to do now is I'm going to do a Control V and save it here. I've written down my private login key, log me in, okay? Log me in. So now we have our account overview, which has 0 XMR, not surprising since we haven't done anything. We haven't transferred to and from. And of course, you can use this, by the way, to send and receive money. And of course, to take a look at any transaction history you may have. But we're going to go back to overview here. We're going to go back to overview because this address here is extremely important when it comes to mining, okay? So we're going to take this and we are going to copy this, and just for the moment here in this folder that I've created called crypto, I know, terribly original, I'm just going to go, I'm going to say vi my Monero, whoops, I'm just going to call it my XMR key for short form here, my XMR, that's it, my XMR. And I'm going to insert, and I'm going to paste this. Actually, I'm going to do two things. There's the key. Okay, there's the first key. But, all right, in my clipboard contents here, I'm going to go back and I'm going to paste those words that I said you're never allowed to forget. Okay? So, by the way, feel free to use this because I'm never going to use it again. This is just for the sake of this video. Okay? So we have this information here, my XMR, Shift ZZ. Okay? That is saved. Next step. I want to point out right off the bat as I show you this piece of software here, which is called XMR StackCPU, which is a CPU mining program for Monero cryptocurrency. I want to tell you right now, as I'm doing this, that there are a whole pile of programs to do this. This is not the only one. So let's continue on. So we're going to want to get the source code from GitHub, the latest code from GitHub. And we are going to want to build it on the system. Now, just a couple of quick things. You will need things like build essentials and so forth. I'm going to pretend that you know something about building code on a Linux system, but you're going to need build essentials, obviously. But there are a couple of other libraries that you're going to need up front if you don't already have them. And it would be these guys here. libmicro-httpd-dev, libssl-dev, and libhwloc-dev, okay? And my super secret password, SUPERCRET. And there we go. Those things are already installed, but I wanted to show you that those are the libraries that you will probably need to be able to do this. Next, we go back over to the page here, and this is our GitHub page. So we're going to clone this GitHub repository, okay? So I'm going to say git clone, and I'm going to paste it just to, oops, there we go, to save myself the trouble. Cloning, and if we do an ls in this folder, we have XMR-stack-CPU. Let's go into that folder, XMR-stack-CPU, take a look in here, and before we get into building anything at all, I want to show you one file in particular. See this one here, donate-level.h, donate-level.h. Take a look at this one. So I'm going to say vi donate level.h, and if you go right down to the bottom here, let's go right down to the bottom, and you take a look where it says fdev donation level equals 2.0. By default, the code is set up in a way that you send 2% of whatever it is that you mine to the developer. Okay, that's what they're asking for. You don't have to do this. This is a recommended, suggested. If you want, you could change this to a 1, or if you want, you could change it to a 0 if you don't want to share anything. Okay, I'm just going to change it back to a 2. I'm going to leave it exactly as it is. I'm going to say write Q, and there we go. My code here is done. Now, next step, we got to make this thing. CMake space dot. There's some additional flags that we could use, but we're just going to go with the default here. CMake dot, checking, generating, done. And then what's next? Yes, it's really easy. Make. We type make. 5%, 11%, 16%, 22%. It's happening. We are building XMR dash a stack dash, what is it called? Dash CPU. 72%, 77%. We're almost there. Oh, the excitement is brutal. I'm going to have a sip of my wine here. Excellent. Okay, we are done. See, that wasn't so bad. That was easy. Let's do an ls. And you'll notice a bin folder here, ls bin. There's the executable that we are going to work with. Now, if I type bin slash XMR, well, first of all, it's going to show me that there's some additional code that I want to add into the configuration, into the config file here, okay? And let's take a look at that config file, shall we? First of all, I'm going to copy this text. So I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to copy this text, and then we're going to vi the config.txt file, okay? Which is sitting in the folder here. Oh, those control M's, they are so ugly. They are so ugly. I can't stand it. $1, substitute. Control V, Control M. Oops. Did I do that? Oh, that's the control key. Control V, Control M, //G. Let's get rid of those things. Oh, I feel much better. God, that's just awful. It's ugly. It's terrible. I can't stand it. All right. Build in HTTP server. We're not going to do that right now. What we are looking for here, let me just do a search on ASSW for the password. There we go. Pool password. The pool password, by the way, is always X. I don't know why, but it's always X. You're going to have to trust me on this. Oh, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the, where is it? So u/CPU threads. Let's take a look for this. There we are. See, there's already a suggestion here. That isn't going to work for us. So we are going to instead and then we are going to paste this code as suggested by the system, which means we get rid of these 2 lines here. There we go. So that part's done. So we're almost there. You might have noticed there was one other thing in there because I jumped ahead of myself and I went to PASS, there we go, password. See the wallet address here? The wallet address here? Okay. Now, if you remember, that was when we went back to mymonero.org here. That's this address up here. Okay, so we're going to Control C, we're going to copy this. We're going to go back in here to the wallet address, and we are going to insert it into here. All right, so paste. And believe it or not, we're practically done here. Okay, so I'm going to say escape, and I'm going to say Shift ZZ to write. Shall we have a vi/vim versus Emacs argument today? Nah, let's not do that. Okay, so believe it or not, we're almost ready to go. So what we're going to do here is go with sudo, because we want to sudo this thing, okay? And I'm going to go bin/XMR StackCPU, and things have become memory alloc failed and map failed. That's fine. We're not going to worry about that at this very instant. Result accepted by the pool. We're doing some CPU mining. And now after a few minutes, as you can see, we're accepting new blocks and we are working through each one, and the results are going back into the pool. However, I do want to go back up here to where it says memory alloc failed, okay? In the XMR stack instructions, it does suggest that you do the following, and that is to type sudo sysctl-wvm.nr _ huge pages = 128, and there we go. So we've added that. Now, if you don't want to do this every single time, okay, I've done it at the moment. The other place that you can do this is you can go sudo vi/etc/sysctl.conf, and you go right down to the bottom and you add this right down to the bottom here, okay? So see where it says VM .nr huge pages equals 128. Well, you can add that, and when you reboot your system, that information is going to be, or that change to the system is going to be permanent, okay? So let's do a Shift ZZ. Let's go back in here and let's restart our XMR CPU. There we go. HWLock memory pinned, connected, logging in, and you notice we do not have the memory error that we had up at the top here. Let me go back. See, the memory alloc failed. Okay, memory allocation failed. We don't have that error now. So if you run into that, that's what you have to do. You have to make the huge pages change, and then we can just wait, and we start mining. All right, and that's all there's to it. We start mining, and that is how it is done. Now, okay, so now that I've made you do this at the command line, we're going to go and do this GUI, all right? And what we're going to do is use this program, which is called MinerGate. MinerGate sounds like it should be something, some great secrets being uncovered. There's always a gate in the news. Anyway, I digress. Sorry, I digress. Anyway, MinerGate. MinerGate is kind of cool, actually. So you go in here and you're going to sign up. You're going to create an account, okay? And your email, password, and this is how you create an account. This is how you create an account to exchange cryptocurrency here. I'm going to click login, and I'm going to log in because I already have an account here. I already created one. So let's do this. And the first thing that's going to happen is that we're at the download screen, and you can get, it says Ubuntu 16.04, Fedora. So basically you've got Debs and RPM installers, rather, RPM installers. And I've already done this. I've already installed it. So I'm not going to, I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking at this, but there are different things you can do here. You can find out what the various currencies are doing. It doesn't have the fancy, green and red thing that I showed you on the flashy comparison site a little bit earlier there. But let's go straight to MinerGate. So let's open it up, Alt F2, MinerGate, okay, because again, I've already installed it on my system here. And let me see, smart mining gives you the most profit. Well, there you go. What is this whole smart mining thing? Well, first of all, I'm going to show you a couple of quick things here. If you haven't logged in here forever, like if you've just downloaded it, it's going to ask you to either create an account or log in. So, we'd log in. But if I go over to where it says view here, I can set it up so that it shows, the currency pools that I'm interested in at any given moment. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you my wallet, which has, no money in it, but it shows you the various currencies. Actually, let me just minimize the browser here so it's not a distraction here. And if I go down here to XMR, which is our Monero stuff, remember, this is not the account that I created on my Monero. This is the account that I created on MinerGate, okay? I'm going to show you the smart miner. Start smart mining. Automatic mining of the currency that has the highest exchange rate during the last hour. So if we do that, we start mining XMR in this case, because that's the one that has the highest exchange rate in the last hour on this particular cryptocurrency system. So we'll let that go for a second or two. I'm using 3 CPU cores. There we go. My CPU is busy. I don't know if you've been watching, but this looks like earlier, but now we're sitting at 100% on everything. So busy. I'm going to stop it. Why am I stopping it? Because I want to show you a couple of other things here. First of all, every once in a while, you'll see these cool little stickers pop up to show you what you're doing. Okay. And everybody loves stickers, right? Everybody loves stickers. We all love stickers. But anyway, these things all pop up, and you'll see them pop up every once in a while when you've done something or when you do something for the first time. Like, let me see, starting benchmark. Find out how good your hardware is. Hardware benchmarking. BCN benchmarking. Continue. XMR benchmarking. All right, I've chopped out a lot of this less interesting stuff as we're going through the benchmark. We're almost done here. Almost done. And total score 1 star out of 5. Your computer is below average. Mine some coins to upgrade it. Geez, that's just I feel like I've been slapped. You've got a cheap ass computer here. Am I allowed to say that? Maybe I'll back up and say, you've got a super cheap computer here. Get something better, dude. Make some money. Buy a better computer. I feel like I've been beaten up here. All right, let's go back to my miner here, okay? And we are currently mining XMR, or at any point if we decide for whatever reason, hey, what I really want to be mining is Bitcoin. And I can say I'm starting mining here, and I can decide, how many cores of my system I want to throw at it for performance reasons here. But anyway, I'm just going to stop that completely. I'm going to go back to the smart miner. I'm going to do the enable smart mining. And by the way, if you do smart mining, this will change as the day goes on, depending on what's doing best for you, okay? But this is a graphical way of doing it. So you've seen a way to do it at the command line, which is, fun and geeky, or you can just have this lovely little graphical interface running in the background. And that's it. This is where I'm going to leave it for today. We're all done. We're all done. What I want you to do, however, is, you know how this works. Like, subscribe, leave some comments in the bottom. Pay attention to my YouTube channel. From time to time, we are going to be doing even more stuff. And one of the things we're going to do here on Linux Journal is we're going to do some live. We're going to do some live streaming. So we're going to do some Cooking with Linux live, what I call Cooking with Linux without a net. So you get to see me doing it real time. You get to have chats with me. We're going to do this in future episodes, and of course it means you get to see me mess up because of course when I do a video like this, I fix it all up for you. But like I said, like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what else you'd like me to cover in future episodes of Cooking with Linux. And again, many thanks to Linux Journal for helping out with this. And that's where I'm leaving it for today. Take care out there. Marcel out.